This isn't exactly the type of packing I thought I'd be doing on move-in day. After spending the summer working part-time from home and working on my side hustles, I'm finally moving back into my apartment to complete a year of grad school. Even on my last day at home, I'm still making eBay sales. I sold a variety of different types of Star Wars figures inside of a new trilogy lunchbox. This item had failed to receive even a single bid at auction 3 separate times as Darth Vader passes by in a towel. My cat proudly watches me pack this as I thankfully sold this for $5 plus shipping on top. After securing the individual items within the lunchbox, I then go and bubble wrap the box itself. I use a 6-inch bubble wrap because I'm typically dealing with smaller things such as action figures. However, for large packs like this, it's sometimes hard to get all of the wrap around the item. I could, of course, always buy a bigger type of bubble wrap. I shake the box with a little bit of void fill in there to tell whether or not the item is going to rattle around in packaging, and it was. So I decided to resize the box. This is called Frankenboxing. I use a box sizer with a scoring tool on the other end to cut the edges of the package and then indent into the cardboard to make it easier to fold. I use this technique to decrease the size of the box, thus making it a much nicer fit for the item inside. You can also use a similar technique to make boxes larger, and I have a video of that on my TikTok page. My stepdad checks me way in after cutting a bit of cardboard off there so that way I get closer to the estimate. If the actual weight of your package is more than what you estimated, you might get caught having to pay more money for shipping. Even though eBay provides a discount on shipping, this is something you'd want to avoid. You might also want to avoid having issues with your tape gun. I come in to tape some seams in order to reinforce the box from the resize job that I did. Ultimately, this ended up weighing less than I initially estimated, and there's another pack for the stack. I only made 2 sales on eBay this day, but at least the pack was easy. I sold a copy of Batman Arkham Asylum for the Xbox 360 for $5 plus shipping on top. I put the game into a bubble mailer with some cardboard scraps in order to reinforce the package, weigh it to make sure it's the right weight class, and there we go, another pack for the stack. Here are some of the essential tools you'll need to get started with reselling. First, we have a digital scale. This is the tape gun I use for reinforcing seams or just taping up boxes. A pair of scissors, because of course you're going to need to cut things. Similarly, we have a box knife. Beyond just being used to cut up cardboard scraps, mine has an attachment on the back. This allows you to indent cardboard in order to resize boxes. The X-Acto blade is for more precise cutting, and I keep a stand in there to take pictures of small items that can't stand up on their own. I also keep a pack of sticky notes in there for sloppily handwritten thank you notes. These red devices are awesome. They're called Scotty Peelers, and they'll help you get stickers off of a lot of your items. I've got a couple different pens and then of course a measuring tape so that way you can figure out the exact size of your package. I use that whiteboard as a backdrop for my photos, and I keep a couple more bits and bobs down below. I've got packing paper and a bunch of tape, and then spare bubble wrap and cardboard scraps. I'm finally coming out of the closet. My new eBay closet, that is. I moved back into my apartment for grad school, and so I've taken as much of the original eBay closet as I can fit into my new setup. While I don't yet have all my inventory again, the store will be open Monday. I just made a pretty big mistake on eBay. I forgot to bring my label printer to my new eBay closet. I sold a copy of the Golden Compass for the Xbox 360 for $2 plus shipping on top. After packing the game, I had to print the label on paper, cut it out, and then tape it directly to the bubble mailer. And there we go, another pack for the stack. Here's a tip to save money on shipping for resellers. Media mail is an awesome tool which allows you to ship certain types of items for very cheap. Books, CDs, DVDs, etc. can be shipped for just $2.89 up to £1. Each additional pound only adds about 53 cents. Unfortunately, video games don't qualify for media mail. This took forever to sell on eBay, and it was all my fault. I sold a copy of Mario Kart Wii for $24.99 plus shipping on top. I had it listed originally for $35 plus shipping and only noticed my mistake yesterday while going through some of my listings. After revising to a fair price, it sold immediately. And there's another pack for the stack, stay tuned for more. I keep making mistakes on eBay that cost me money. I sold a Pokemon PC game for $3.99 plus shipping on top. I forgot my normal thermal label printer at home. I also forgot to weigh this item before I printed out a paper label at a school printer. The game weighed 3.8 ounces, so I'm gonna have to pay more for shipping. There's another pack for the stack, and stay tuned for more. I can't believe that this small action figure is one of the best sales I've made in my eBay career. I sold a 3-inch Sonic action figure for $69.99 plus shipping on top. Unfortunately, this would also turn out to be one of my most annoying packs yet. I began by using my classic technique of using bubble wrap to protect the item sandwiched between 2 bits of cardboard. After doing this, I then like to tape the whole stack together to make sure that nothing moves around in transit. I ended up having quite a bit of issues with the tape gun and then the tape itself. These are some of the problems of working in a new setup. I also accidentally had the figure get caught in the tape of the cardboard sandwich. Finally, I had a hard time getting the stack into the bubble mailer, and then I also ended up ripping it. The recording for this part of the pack job was 3 minutes just by itself. Eventually, I was able to get the situation under control, although it did take quite a lot of effort. This super lightweight but sturdy package thankfully only shipped for $3.50. And there's another pack for the stack, stay tuned for more. This is the first mistake that I made reselling on eBay. I had a buyer reach out to me to ask to change the address that I was shipping his item to. I forgot to do this when I printed his label, so I had to print another and cancel the first. It took a month to get my money back from USPS. For whatever reason, this item then also took forever to arrive to the buyer. Between that and the second label, eBay marked it as a late shipment. Stay tuned for more. This eBay sale came just in time. I sold a copy of Pokken Tournament for the Wii U for an offer of $7.50 plus shipping on top. I got the notification just as I was leaving my graduate assistant desk job, so I printed the label and packed it for the stack before class. Would you sell something you remember fondly from your childhood for just $2? I did. I sold a copy of Call of Duty Modern Warfare for the Xbox 360 for $2 plus shipping on top. It was one of the first games I perfected, but now just another pack for the stack. I love making consistent sales on eBay. I sold a copy of Lego Batman 2 for $4.99 plus shipping on top. This is also very exciting because this is the first item I've sold to a viewer. Chris, thank you so much for the support. I seriously cannot believe that anybody enjoys these videos enough to go out and actually buy something from my shop. Thank you as well to everybody watching. It's been incredible to grow this community and answer your questions. There's another pack for the stack. I just sold something I didn't even know I had on eBay. I sold a copy of an internet browser CD for the Sega Dreamcast for $3 plus shipping on top. Sam, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. This item came in at 3.9 ounces, so with the bubble mailer, it bumped it up to the next rate. That's why I added a lot of extra cardboard. Sam, thanks for adding this pack to the stack. This was my best sales day on eBay in the apartment era. I sold a not for resale copy of Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis for $13.99 plus shipping on top. Now the boxes for Genesis cartridges are fairly thick, so this was a pretty tight fit in the bubble mailer. My post-it notes fell to the bottom of my utensil holder, so I just wrote a thank you note on the cardboard slip itself. Ultimately, this was a pretty well reinforced package that came in just under the 8-ounce rate. And there we go, there's another pack for the stack, stay tuned for more. I nearly had a heart attack packing this order for eBay. I sold a Darth Vader action figure for a $9 offer plus shipping on top. I've recently transitioned from selling from my family home to selling from a closet within my apartment. All of the action figures that I took were thrown into a plastic bag. When I went to get the Darth Vader figure out, I had a pretty hard time finding the last two pieces of his helmet. Thankfully, I was able to find both of the pieces, and it was another pack for the stack. There's no better feeling than this as a reseller. I recently bought a bundle of dirty Wii stuff and a stack of 14 games for just $25. The best game in that stack was Mario Tennis, so I went to have a look at its condition. Inside the case, there was also a copy of Mario Party 8. This game, even disc only, sells for $20 or more just by itself. Have you ever wondered how resellers source their items? Well, some do it with garage sale hauls. I spent $91 recently to come home with a table of stuff. The first sale I got these plushes, that North Face jacket, and action figures for $5. Those Cupheads sell for about $12, but unfortunately that Sonic guy is really beat up. The Philly Fanatic I'm gonna keep for myself most likely. Now while these action figures have a little bit of condition issues, finding these three little Sonic guys were great. 20 cents a pop and that tail sells for $20 online. At the next place I got 3 things off the dollar clothing rack. With football season starting soon, this was a no-brainer. The men's version sells for $85. Next up, I got a crop top Coca-Cola sweater. I don't think this is vintage and I don't deal with clothing often, but I thought it looked pretty cool. Now this item was too unique to pass up. It needs to be cleaned a fair amount, but it's a vest of the Pennsylvania State Rabbit Breeders Association. For $1 at a different shop, I got this Champion sweater. It's a woman's small, but the unique colorway made me get it, especially for that price. This Titanfall Connect set was a small gamble. I paid $3 down from the asking price of $5. The box was open and beat up, as was its manual and sticker sheet. Some things were sealed and others were not, so I'm gonna need to inventory that to find out if all the pieces are still there. If it's near complete, it'll be $50 plus. Now this Swan mug I also thought was unique. It's made in Japan and from a boutique in San Francisco. The glass is likely staying with me. Now I took a gamble on these NASCAR items. It was a lot that I got for $10. The thing is, I did some research and it looked like the pins went for a decent amount. In a guy's 50-cent bin, I found this copy of Guitar Hero 3 for the PlayStation and a Marty Robbins CD. Compilations actually sell for decent money sometimes. For $2, this guy got me 2 video games and then a box of vintage pencils. I saw on a video on YouTube that vintage pencils sometimes had some value, so I picked them up. I might be able to sell them for $10. I found a couple asking $2 for their video games, and so I picked out everything that wasn't a sports game from their stack. I ended up with 19. I rounded it to 40 by throwing in this digital camera. It's beat up, but it's the kind of point and shoot that has an actual camera battery, and it looks like I might be able to get 20 bucks for it online. Last but certainly not least, I got a box of grimy Wii stuff, the console, and games for 25 bucks. This may end up being one of the best things from this haul. Just that top game alone, or the Wii itself, can get me my money back. In fact, that copy of Mario Tennis also had a disc of Mario Party 8 hiding in it. Stay tuned for more.